why you're not charging enough, and how you can charge more in your nutrition, health coaching, or natural health business. There's this not myth, but this thought that natural should be free, health should be free, right? And I think it's actually a very toxic thought, because nothing should be, air quotes, free. Even here in Canada, we have free healthcare. It's not free. It's also not fantastic, but it's not free. We pay gobs of taxes. For me anyways, for healthcare, I don't need. Now, if I was a smoker and ate crap food for years and years, I'm getting on a rant here. But yeah, you can go and have like a $250,000, $300,000, $400,000 operation for free, but I can't go see a naturopathic doctor for free, a nutritionist, personal trainer, dietitian for free to prevent all that crap in the first place. Anyways, let's move on. So often nutritionists, health coaches, natural practitioners undervalue their services, and it's not about money. It's about a deep neurological programming around worthiness. That's huge, and I did this for years. It was huge for me, and I went to school for 10 years for all my stuff too, right? Doctors go to school for many, many years, 5, 7, 10 years. Well, guess what? For all my training, I went to school for 10 years too, and I know a lot. Now, I still had these problems of worthiness, and do I know enough? Am I good enough? And still wanting more courses and certifications and training, and can I charge enough? Am I charging too much? And even when I did raise my rates hugely, I would give people too much. It would be like verbal diarrhea during sessions. I'd be way too long in my sessions, giving them way too much, overwhelming them, trying to compensate or make up or earn what I was charging when I had raised my rates. So it was bananas. Why does this happen? Well, society has conditioned us to believe that the natural solutions are less valuable than, let's say, traditional or pharmaceutical interventions. It's just like society culture, right? This creates what psychologists call cognitive dissonance. Your logical brain knows lifestyle medicine works, but your subconscious still may devalue it due to the programming, the BS of the world we live in, right? Is a doctor any more valuable than a nutritionist? Well, some people may think so. I don't agree. I'm not knocking doctors or traditional healthcare at all. Meds beats dead. And yes, when I ruptured my Achilles tendon, I had an amazing doctor that helped me heal, and he was good enough to go in there and stitch my tendon back up for me. So I want to be clear, I'm not knocking doctors or not knocking anyone. In fact, I'm not knocking anyone. I just say there's a problem. There's a very, very broken problem with our healthcare system in North America and parts of Europe too. So this creates what again, psychologists call a cognitive dissonance. Your brain will know that yes, lifestyle medicine works, nutrition works, health coaching works, all this great stuff, naturopathic works, but your subconscious devalues it and devalues yourself, right? I mean, research shows that lifestyle interventions prevent 80 to 90% of chronic diseases. And you know this too. If you're watching this, you probably know this. And saves an average of $2,000 to $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 per person annually in healthcare costs. Never mind the $300,000, $400,000 surgery if someone needs open heart surgery or lung transplants or lung surgery. So. Notice your triggers, right? Notice your triggers when you go to ask for payment, when you go to give your price, or when you have a gut reaction to give a discount. And I used to have that too. My goodness, is a I can't even say that. Easy for him to say. A gut reaction to giving a discount. Notice, what is that trigger? Am I good enough? Am I smart enough? Do I know enough? Sometimes when sessions went longer, I went really long, and I had people at a double session with me. I had trouble charging the full pop. I said, well, why don't we do a discount session, or I'll just charge me for one session. When no, they had used like 2-3 hours of my time. People need to pay me for my time and my expertise. And being okay saying, hey, amazing session. That was 2 amazing hours. Just so you know, it's two sessions. We did it back to back, and I hope you got a lot of value at it. That'll be X dollars, right? Just stop devaluing yourself. Your skills are invaluable. Your training, your school of life. If you got into the natural health world, you probably had health issues yourself, like me. If not, you just probably had a massive interest in health. You've been learning and following for years, in any training, certifications, all the stuff you've done, mentoring, coaching. You earn it. You deserve it. Your expertise. You were there, the authentic. I mean, if you're going to do something and help something with someone, at least be there yourself, right? So the authenticity of that allows you to charge a large for what you do, for 3 reasons actually, why charging a good amount of money for what you do, a very fair, if not extremely fair amount of money for what you do, is good. One, if you are not charging enough, one of my mentors used to say, if you don't get what you want to get. You're not going to give what you want to give. Your heart may not be into it subconsciously. And number two, the amount of money that someone will exchange for value in terms of your services often is very, very strongly correlated with the amount of commitment there. You have a cheap option, you're going to get cheap clients, right? And just because people are telling you no doesn't mean you need to lower your prices. If you can convert at least at 30%, great. If you're converting at more than 50% of people, then you need to raise your prices, in fact, right? So just because people say no doesn't mean you need to lower your prices. You may need to just look elsewhere. You need to look within, or look at other clients, or look at finding people elsewhere. So, well, notice your triggers. Do you feel guilty charging for different things you do, or for charging for extra? Do you feel guilty charging for add-ons? Do you justify your prices with excessive credentials, or always learning more? It's a great feature, by the way. Always learning more is great. Just careful. Does your voice get quiet when you discuss fees? And then people will know and detect your lack of confidence, so that's when they say no to you, when it's that lack of confidence. Or if there's an awkward or weird transition from when you are talking about, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to help you with your health and your gut and dysbiosis and this and that, and you'll lose weight, and you'll have more energy, you feel amazing, you have an amazing life, and my price is $150 an hour. And you get really mousy and quiet when discussing, or my signature program. It's amazing. My signature program. It's $2,000. And you notice when you go up the end there, the $2,000. It's a question. Be very careful with that as well, not to fire hose you with information in this one. We'll do a psychology of sales and things to watch out for later. But careful of raising your voice at the end of a statement. It's like literally, it's killing any conversions. It's killing your confidence, and you appear not confident anytime you do that. And careful, like, hey, that'll be $200 versus that'll be $200. Nice flat intonation, 200, or even down a bit, $200. Not that'll be $200, or my rate is $500 an hour. It's like saying, is that okay? Is that okay with you? Versus saying my rate is $500 an hour. Would you like to come? Would you like to do this? Would you like to do it? Do you want that thing? Do you want that life, that health, that whatever? So this is internalized, and you have a societal bias creating shame in your nervous system for what you charge. And believe me, it's good to charge what you're worth. It's good to charge a lot of money. Like I said, you can give back to the world and make a difference. You can make massive impacts. It affects people's commitment. They pay a lot. They're going to be more committed than people who just pay a little bit or cheap, right? And it's good for you. You get what you get. That way you're going to give what you want to give and more, and it allows you to do that in a sustainable way versus charging cheap prices, having a million clients and you're burnt out. Charge more, have much fewer clients. You can give them way more value. It's way more impact. It's way more fulfilling and way more fun. And you create kick-ass relationships with your clients. They get amazing results. So be very, very careful about charging cheap or discounting, having low rates just because some people say no. Now, it also may be your selling and your sales skills too. And again, I don't want to get too off topic here. It may be selling skills, closing skills, enrollment skills. It may be your mindset around sales. If you think it's icky or bad or dirty or you don't like it, well, you've been programmed, again, the whole programming thing, you've been programming about what sales is. All sales is a service. Sales is helping. I don't sell anyone. I'm not trying to sell anyone. Would you like this? Does this sound like it'll help you with your goals? Does this sound like it'll help you get from A to Z where you want to go? Does this sound like it would make your life better? Cool. Well, would you like to do it? Would you like to come with me? The price is whatever, $5,000, $500, $5 million. Would you like to do this? Would you like to get started today? And again, another thing could be objection handling. I'll do a whole video on that. Objection handling to people. Well, I love this. This is great. Let me wait till the cows come home, or let me talk to my husband and my dog and my cat and my snake and my pet rabbit. And I better check with the birds outside too, and my guinea pig and my horse to make sure. I've heard it all. To make sure that I should do this. Objection handling. They want it, but then their fear, the amygdala down here, right in your brainstem, the lizard brain is trying to talk them out of it because it's new. Their subconscious and the lizard brain knows that there's going to be change and discomfort. So you got to hold them to that. That's one last thing. Why we often try to discount or have cheap rates is because that makes it less scary, right? But we need to, instead of charging less rates or giving massive discounts or having cheap prices, What we need to do instead is help people pass their fear and call them out on it. Hold them to account. Hold their feet to the fire. Say, well, why wait till whatever, New Year's resolution? Why wait till September? This is affecting you now, isn't it? Well, if your house was on fire, would you want to wait till September or December, or would you want to put the fire out now? What is this costing you? What does this prevent you? Say you want to wait, need to wait, you can't do this until this or that, or you're too busy, and all the bullshit people say to you. What does this cost you? What is it preventing you from doing or having or being? And get that from them. Not, oh, it's priceless, or oh, I've never put pen to paper to that. Get the answer from them. Hold their feet to the fire, otherwise you'll not get the sale and you will not be able to change their life and help them. Right? Help people pass their own bullshit. Because people, even me, we buy our own bullshit and we need someone to help us pass that from a loving and caring space. And that is selling. It's not being salesy. That is selling. That is caring. That is enrolling people. That is signing people up so you can make a difference in their lives. Okay? I've probably beaten this one to death. Your work prevents disease, saves lives, saves people literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in surgeries or therapy or drugs or whatever. Your work is huge and powerful. So here's how, lastly, to rewire this programming. Inhale for 4, hold it for 7, and exhale for 8 while thinking to yourself, prevention saves lives. Prevention saves money. My work has immeasurable value, measurable and immeasurable value. My work saves people hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it does. Place both feet flat on the ground and state 3 evidence-based outcomes that your clients achieve or that you've helped people, even friends, family, yourself achieve. State 3 evidence-based outcomes. Physical groundings activates your vagus nerve, while facts engage the logical prefrontal cortex. You want to talk to this thing and talk to your midbrain and your prefrontal cortex as well, the one that overthinks everything. By the way, that's what happens when people, they hear your price during sales. They overthink everything. They're not good. Anyway, that's what happens. The prefrontal cortex starts overthinking, and their amygdala starts firing and going nuts and saying, oh, scary, danger, something new, something changing, money, we got to spend money. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if I blow up? Right? Another worth affirmation you could say is to yourself, as I prevent suffering and I save healthcare costs. I save people hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I prevent suffering. I prevent misery. I make people's lives better. You literally make people's lives better. And this reframes your value from just lifestyle advice to essential healthcare intervention, helping people with saved lives, take back their time, their years, their health, their wealth, their enjoyment of life, and of course saves them hundreds of thousands on surgeries and drugs and other therapies. Your work prevents disease and saves lives. And that's not valuable. It's priceless. So price yourself accordingly, please. Cheap prices and discounting will get cheap customers, and customers that always want discounts, and often they're the ones that are the biggest pain in the ass. Set your prices. What do you want? What are you worth? And here's a tip. Do a calculation to what you need to your business, what monthly burn rate your business has, and what monthly burn rate, I don't love the term, but what burn rate your personal life has, and then add some more so you can give back, make a difference, and take some really, really cool trips, and maybe help the environment, help people, help the world. How much do you actually need? Do the calculations. How much does your business need monthly to sustain? And definitely be conservative, because you're going to need more than you think. How much does your personal life need to sustain? And be conservative, because you want to grow and you're going to need more than you think. And how much do you want to give back to the world? How much do you want to make a difference to the environment, to people less fortunate, to causes you believe in? That will help you calculate and have the logical and subconscious number versus, I want $1 million business, or I want a multiple 6-figure business. Great, but why? Make sure your brain knows exactly why, and then you're going to be 10 times more likely to get it. Here's to wild success. Need more help? Feel free to reach out, like, comment, and share this if you know anyone else who needs help. And here's to wild success.